For 20 minutes here inside Regis Philbin's
Trapped in the head.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing going on.
It's totally empty.
That was a cool idea, though. Being John Malkovich, about this guy who travels inside John Malkovich's head.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it's like an amusement park ride where you get to work John Malkovich.
Yeah, it's cool. So I would keep that to myself, and yet he made it into an amusement park ride.
Well, they needed money. So.
Right. Speaking of movies, by the way, this Julia Roberts movie, Erin Brockovich, made $28 million. It was the #1 movie at the box office.
Yeah.
And I had one friend tell me he thought it was like a TV movie of the week.
Probably is. Yeah. The only reason, some of these movies get made into movies is because of the people who attach their names to it.
Right. So evidently, someone else told me this. The Starring John saw it, said he really liked it. He said it was good. I just don't want to see a story about some woman who uncovers, like, high price of gasoline.
They say that she makes it interesting, though, because of her skimpy outfit.
Yeah, I just fast forward to the skimpy outfits. I wait for the tape to come out.
She just only wears skimpy outfits, so you don't have to go anywhere.
Right. I like that. I like that. Stuttering John read this article on Tourette's, and he's convinced. I mean, he's brought it up to me 25 times that Gary, Baba Booey, has Tourette's.
He won't let go.
He won't let go of this bit. He says because Gary's constantly clearing his throat and has tons of tics.
He's not constant. He only does it in the morning.
Yeah, but he also has this thing. Here's his evidence. Gary constantly does this with his teeth.
Yeah, but those teeth are dry.
That's what I said to him. I said, it's the teeth. It's not the Tourette's.
First of all, let's go on record. It was Benji who had the initial, and then Benji explained to me, guy, that you smile all the time. That you do this thing.
So, in other words, Benji helped you create this bit, so it's doubly not funny.
Right.
No, it's not. But then as we talk to people, everyone has a different tick they've noticed you doing. So it wasn't, Benji, you explained it to Gary.
That's a good tick you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Tourette's isn't a medical condition. It's a syndrome of different conditions.
Right.
And you seem to have the conditions that would make one diagnose it.
All right, so go ahead, like what?
Such as, the clearing the throat. And the fact
but let me ask you a question. Do you hear me clear my throat in the afternoon?
It doesn't bother me at all.
No, it's not whether it bothers you. I'm
sure I would tune it out if it happened.
All right, he has the clearing of the throat, the teeth. What is the thing he does with his teeth?
You do it, whenever you get very stressed out, you do a very interesting, right there, you just did it.
What's that? That's right. I mean, I grind a little bit. It's like grinding.
Right. And also, you do...
Let me see what you do. What do you do?
Well, I can't recreate it now, but...
It's like a real... I think it's also when you get angry, it's like a scary smile. It's like that and everything. And also, you do a repetitive motion all throughout the day. Again...
What is it?
It's you pick a tape up and down off your desk.
Evidently, it annoys everyone. When he's on the phone, he sits there and he takes a piece of tape and puts it on his desk.
I take scotch tape, I roll it into a circle, and I put my finger in the middle of it, and I just pick it up and down off the desk all day. But that's not Tourette.
That's not a tick.
But that might be OCD or a million other things.
And then the pants thing. He pulls his pants up in an orderly fashion. Show everyone how he pulls his pants up.
The hitching thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, but those are all odd things, and I confess to all of them.
Right.
But does that make Tourette's?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's Tourette's, but it's just that.
Also, the fact that if you don't do them, it gets built up in you, right? Then you say if you don't do the clearing the throat, if you try to hold back, it gets even worse.
Well, yeah, because I got to clear my throat.
But
if you had something in your throat and you didn't get rid of it, it would start to bother you.
But
it only bothers me when I'm in here, when Howard says don't do it.
I don't think he has Tourette's. No. I can't go along with this. I don't understand the bit.
It's not a bit.
Right.
No,
I don't understand the thought.
All that stuff like OCD, that's all part of what Tourette's is.
All right, well, maybe you got a point. I don't know. What's the difference? He's happy.
He has weird habits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just annoying, is what you say.
I don't find it...
He's a mess, but it isn't Tourette's. All right, thanks, Gary. Thanks, guys. All right. Hey, we had a whole bunch of stuff to go through.
Yeah, I got...
What do you got? You got all that stuff? Let's go through it, because you know what? I got all this paper on my desk.
And by the way, Howard, in Erin Brockovich, Julia Roberts does look hot in it.
I mean, she's a good-looking woman.
She's showing so much cleavage in this movie.
I don't think that's her cleavage. I heard they gave her a push-up bra.
Yeah, that's
and probably put some of those little plastic things in it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm...
together.
Push her boobies together. Not like Robin, who could actually play that part and show her real boobies.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't push anything in there.
I would need to push.
They'd have to wrap Robin in ace bandages. They're so big.
I had to go on a whole hunt for bras so I could jog, because you can't jog. It's like having a suspension bridge in front of you.
It's amazing, too, because you've had a reduction.
Imagine
and you can't run.
Wow.
Guys.
I mean, how much do you think each of those weigh, Howard? Like 5 pounds?
How much do you think each of those weigh?
I think they're 3.5 to 5 pounds.
I bet you're more.
Let's carry around.
Seriously, Robin, you ever think of what they weigh?
Yes, I think about it all the time.
What do you think they weigh?
I don't
You would know.
But I remember when
Are they heavy?
I had the reduction, about 7 pounds was taken off.
Oh, then they've got to be 12 each.
No, they're lower.
7
now.
pounds together was taken
Yeah,
out?
all together.
So, and you think about what they took out? They might weigh 7 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
See, Howard, did you
You might have 14 pounds you're carrying.
Howard,
Boob.
did you set up holding like a weight?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what she's got.
You know what we should do, Howard?
So she's a flat stomach.
You know what we should do? Remember when Donna, you did that show on, on pregnant women and the husbands had to wear, the pregnancy
thing?
We should just all put on things to see what it's like to carry around 10 pounds a day.
I ain't doing that.
But it has to be something with some weight to it.
How do you do it?
I can have no choice.
What is she going to do?
It's me. It's all me.
It's part of her. How do I carry around my huge penis?
How do you do that?
Howard, remember how they used to be, though?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They don't look, see, to me, they don't look much smaller. They're just they're still huge.
They used to,
Right.
they used to enter a room like 10 seconds
They
before
were
she did.
everywhere.
No, they're a lot smaller.
Yeah.
They were like unbelievable.
They were everywhere.
Right. They were.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? There's that one great picture of you before you had them done, I think, from the MTV Awards. You used to wear that black outfit with the collar, and they were just,
Thank God you did it. You were right.
It's very funny because, Jessica Hahn used to come to the hotel rooms when we would go to Los Angeles, and she would run around braless with one of those little T-shirts that was all cut up.
Right.
And I would look at her and say, I had that taken off. Because you remember, she couldn't keep those things anywhere.
Right.
They were everywhere.
That's right.
Just sort of hold them, they would fall out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember she came to my room and me and Gary got her naked? Whatever happened to her?
Yeah, she calls once in a while. She leaves messages.
Yeah.
We had her. We did a show in our room, and I said, okay. I brought in about 10 LAPD. I brought in about 10 or 15 friends.
Yeah.
In addition to LAPD.
It was so weird.
And then we invited Jessica to come over and give us a lingerie show. So me and Gary went into the adjoining bedroom with her.
That's right.
And we told her what she was trying her lingerie for us.
And you picked the outfit.
We picked the outfits, and then they'd come out, and then within 2 seconds, we just said, take off your lingerie and get naked.
But I was seeing the show, and
she was naked, and she looked hot.
I would say, here's the outfit that Jessica Hahn wore at the Philadelphia DeBella funeral.
Right.
And everyone would applaud. I go, here's what she wore at the Mark O'Brien funeral.
Yeah.
And she was like going through the whole thing.
Yeah, and she loved it.
But I remember she showed up in that little bippy T-shirt.
Right.
And the boobs were just out they were under her sleeve.
Right.
They were everywhere.
Were you there for that? Were you there for the fashion show,
Yeah, there
Jackie?
was a million of us in that room.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the largest ones.
Yeah. Wasn't that a good fashion show, though? It was good. She had on high heels. She was a real entertainer.
You guys did the first Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Yeah, we did. We should have taped that. I thought we did tape it.
Yeah, I think we did. I have to send her, a congratulations. I mean, she did not. Usually people give us attitude. There was no attitude, no hassle.
Right away, she was agreeable.
A pro, great to work with.
Yeah, she was a total pro.
She knew exactly what to do.
And despite what everyone thinks, I never did her. Never had sex with her. She offered herself to
I don't
me.
think you did.
No, I never did. No, a lot of people think I did.
I think you were tortured for a while and wanted to. Just
Yeah, it would have been fun, yeah. You kidding? Killed me the Kinnison guy.
Thought you tortured yourself.
Well, a lot of people thought I was doing it.
None of us, though. You don't mean
There was a rumor, because you know what? One guy called in once and said that he knew a guy that was a doorman at a hotel, and you guys used to go there all the time. And I was like, yeah, out of your mom.
No, that wasn't the case.
You're going to go take Jessica Hahn to a hotel in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't get noticed.
Right. But she was always trying to seduce me.
Yes.
Because she would tell me, like, I can take my hand, and let me show you how you're supposed to use your hand on a man.
I know just how to please him.
She wanted you so bad.
I know.
Really
And then she would say, I know how to take my hand and do a man, and I go, she goes, let me show you. And I go, no.
Didn't she do a thing with her foot, too?
Yeah, no, that was to Ralph in a car. Because she couldn't do it to me.
Yeah, I thought she had showed Ralph.
Well, that's what happened. We're in my office, and she's telling me, I said, well, show me on Ralph. And then Ralph couldn't get excited.
Gay.
Gay.
Yeah, you think Ralph is out having such a good time.
Yeah, he's having a struggle.
Trying on the clothes.
Right. So, you know what was weird when I was out in L.A.? Here's a weird thing, now that I'm single. I called the, in L.A., the guy who's the promotion director is a nice guy.
Michael,
what's his name?
Michael Sponberg.
Michael Sponberg, yeah. He's a nice dude. Is his name Michael?
Yeah.
So I called him up because I wanted to get into, like, the House of Blues or something when I was out in Los Angeles. And I go, so he says, yeah, he hooks me up, you know? So then he says to me, oh, by the way, he says, a couple of days ago, I got a call from the Playboy, to the Penthouse Pet of the Century or something. You remember that girl who was here with the dark hair?
Yeah.
Fred just played her ID.
Okay.
Why we played again?
Yeah, play the ID.
The Howard Stern Show.
Hi, this is Juliet Carriaga, Penthouse Pet of the Year for 2000, and you're listening to the man whose 3 favorite things in life are lesbians, lesbians, lesbians. Howard Stern.
So he says to me, I think that's the same broad. I don't know. But he says to me, hey, you know, she called a couple of days ago and said, hey, if you ever want to get together for dinner or something, she'd like to...
for you.
Yeah, she'd like to get together for dinner. Yeah, not for Michael.
No.
So I go, Michael, let me ask you something. Here I was leaving L.A. and stuff. I go, why wouldn't you call and tell me that?
Yeah, he's telling you when you're going?
Well, yeah, when I was leaving. And he goes, well, I didn't know if you wanted to... I don't think he wanted me to get together with her.
No, I don't think he cares. He probably
come on, why wouldn't you say, hey, that's a great thing?
Maybe he thinks you're doing better.
But what's it to him?
No, you're right. He should tell me or you right away. But
let me do my own thing.
Right. You make the decision.
He never told me.
Don't let him make
the decision. He told you at the last second.
Yeah. I mean, not that I necessarily act on it, but why would a guy keep that from me?
To keep you from her.
Right. And I know that's what was going on.
Why should he get that?
By the way, he didn't even know that I was going to call him. This happened all totally by accident.
So
he was.
It only happened because Howard made the call.
Yeah, otherwise they never would have known.
Oh.
So and he had the phone number and everything, and it was just like...
Why should I help him out?
Yeah. Wow. Help a brother out. It's weird stuff, man. Guys don't want you to get laid.
I don't think it's only guys. Women are like that, too.
Yeah, right? And I've noticed another thing, too.
He was C-blocking.
Like, a lot of my friends always call me up, and they go, guy friends, and they go, hey, man, what are you doing tonight? Any parties or anything going on? And I'll go, yeah, all right, yeah, there's a party over here, something I heard about. Yeah, let's go. Then when I call them and I ask them, what they're doing, they're secretive. Yeah. They never tell me when they're going to a cool party.
Because
no one invites me.
You get all the attention. Right. They've gotten in there by themselves. They're using you to get to places they can't get to.
I heard a bunch of my buddies went to Ohm the other night because one of the strippers was having a party.
But didn't call you.
Didn't call me.
If you go to a party...
And then I'm not calling these guys anymore and having parties.
Robert's right. If you go to a party, all attention is on you. Now, if I go to a party... and you're not there, I might be first in line.
Right.
I go to a party, you're there, I'm second in line.
Yeah, but even like Ralph does that. He's like...
Yeah, but Ralph's an example.
Yeah, Ralph never invites me to anything.
You understand, if he can get there on his own, he doesn't need you to be distracting people from him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, when I went out with him one night, I got him tons of chicks. All these chicks came over, and I wasn't going to do anything with them.
But he knew that was all for you.
Oh.
And it's not any good that way.
Ralph's
ultimately.
Because he's like, you should have a movie night over at your apartment. We can invite people. And I'm like, well, yeah, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, why should you invite him?
Yeah, what do I need you for?
You want a bunch of women there. What do you need
He wants me to invite a bunch of women that I know so he can pick them up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It's horrible.
Howard, you're going to say something. Ralph's like a minor celebrity. Yeah. So there's parties he can go into in the city where Ralph walks in, it's like, oh, there's Ralph from Howard Stern Show.
Oh, I see.
There's a buzz.
There's a buzz. So when you come in, Ralph
is a weird guy, man. Listen to this. He goes like this. He goes like this. Well, I never hung out with him that much. Now now I can. I don't want to.
We've seen those 5 years ago.
Like, you call him up and you make plans, right? And you go, hey, what are you doing tonight? He goes, well, I'm not going out because I'm doing work. And I go, well, work? Now, as far as I know, the only guy he works for is me. And the one thing I need him to do is shop for clothing and get my clothes together. Hasn't brought any new clothing in ages.
And all of a sudden he's working at night when he shops the clothes.
You're right. So I go, wait. So I go, oh, you're working, huh? He goes, yeah, I got this new computer program, and it enables me to draw and sketch, and change colors. And I'm like, yeah. And he stays up all night drawing and painting into this computer.
For no good reason.
For no good reason. Right. There's no reason.
It's funny, we discussed him in this office daily.
Yeah.
And one of the things we were talking about was there's a bit that we want to do, and I have to wait for him, and I'm on hold for him, and he's doing some other work around here. He's redoing the studio. Yeah. But they've given him, like, tons of time, and he's asking for extensions, and the feeling is Ralph's like the guy who waits till Sunday night to write the term paper due on Monday.
But here's the deal.
No matter how much time you give him, so what is he doing all that other time?
You see, he's working on this work that I don't need him to do. I need him.
That's not that work?
To come to my apartment 2 days a week, which he can't seem to get together. He always has to be there when I'm there.
Well, that's not.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
It's like,
get a grip.
Yeah, I got to find someone. I'm starting to come to the conclusion I got to find someone to do this for me that will show up and really be into it.
You got to find someone who's married who has no other,
Well, I don't listen. It's not married.
I don't think that's necessarily it.
No.
It have to not be Ralph.
Yeah, it's just he can't. Like I need him to go through my closet and weed out what shouldn't be there, and he's just not on top of his game. And somehow somebody here is paying him or something, using him to be a set designer.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that. I can't get him to do what I need him to do. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to be.
Well, we've heard.
Yeah, but you're his buddy, so he just assumes that
He's not going
Yeah.
to do the work. He wants to be there.
Yeah, he just wants to.
It's always like, I need you.
Right.
I need you
Because
to
there was
be
a complaint about getting some work done around here, and he goes, well, I have to go over to Howard's house. And somebody said to him, well, why don't you go over to Howard's house?
He never comes to my
At
house.
6 in the morning.
Yeah, he won't
and go
do it.
that work then.
He won't do it. And he won't go there at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then you call him up, and he's like, I'm working on something. I have some very big, I have this new computer program, and it paints. And
Well, I mean, he'll always say, yeah, I'm doing this thing where it's a big wall and blah, blah, blah.
And you don't know, where is he doing it?
I thought he was doing something, because he always says he's busy.
Even my friend Richard said, boy, Ralph is busy with like nothing. He's always busy, though.
And he always seems to be busy.
He always has work to do.
He's always got
But
projects.
you know what?
But the only guy he works for is me, and the one reason he does is because I need him to do this clothing thing, and he doesn't do it.
And the only thing I actually ever see him produce is a Halloween outfit every year.
Yeah, right. For himself.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, like, John, he's busy when you see him here, but if you followed him around for the whole... Like, if we followed him around today, and found out what he did the whole day, it probably starts with getting up at noon,
right,
hanging around, and then coming here at 5 to tell everyone how busy he is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And he's late, and like, but all I need him to do is go to my apartment 2 days a week when I'm not there, and get things organized.
I know he's very difficult, too, with a lot of these guys when they want him to do something.
What is it? Passive-aggressive behavior.
And he shows up, you finally find some work to do here when there's a hot chick booked on the show.
Right.
And how plain his day is. I mean,
so what do I do? I can't
have him killed. Nothing. At this point, you have nothing you
It's like
can
having
do
a child.
until Ralph dies.
Right. I don't know.
You're not going to do anything.
All right. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
I mean, this is big.
But can you remove? Can you remove Ralph from doing set design? I mean, because then maybe they don't show up and do what I need them to do.
See, but here's the deal.
Like today's the day. It's 7:30 in the morning. He can go over and do his work for me.
Sure.
I think
and be out of your way.
Yeah, and be out of my way. He doesn't want to do that.
Here's the deal, and this is how it goes. I know how this works.
Yeah.
I think that Ralph gives the impression to the E-guys
that he's working for me all the time.
You want him to be a part of what goes on.
No, I don't. I don't want him. All I need him for is one thing.
He knows what you would say in any given situation about the look of the studio.
Where is the E-guys? The studio looks a mess. Wait, I want a professional set.
It really does.
It really is awful.
Come in here, Scott.
Yeah, guys. I mean, there's so many stories. I don't know what.
Scott the Face knows. We were supposed to do a bit on Thursday that I had to bump to next week because sets can't be ready.
No, don't.
But I have no choice because I have no sets.
No. We're going to change that right now. What set was it that couldn't get ready?
The Newly Weird game.
Yeah, no. Scott, come in here. Who is in charge of the E-Show? Robin Brzezinski?
Get in here. You know what's
Whoever's in charge of the E-Show, Robin Brzezinski.
Scott's afraid of Ralph. That's the funniest thing.
Doug Goodstein has plenty of Ralph stories. I don't know why he's not.
I don't know why anyone would be afraid. All right, Robin, you're in charge of the E-Show?
Scott Hunziker is in charge of the E-Show, and if he's listening, he should call in.
All right, but wait, let me give you a directive.
No.
Let me.
I want to talk about Ralph.
Why?
They're all afraid of him.
Yeah, they are.
Why are you afraid of him?
I'm not afraid of Ralph.
But why won't you talk about him?
Well, because it's a situation.
It is? What is the situation?
It's tough.
Why are you using him for this? I just need him to do my clothes.
I understand, and it's about time you got some new ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing every day.
What is the situation?
I don't have any new clothes. I mean, it's really, it's
tired of
looking at him.
No, I know it's not on him.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to happen.
But what is the situation?
Yeah, what is the situation? Tell me.
I know.
Here's Scott Einziger.
Howard.
Yeah. You stay in here, Robin.
Ralph knows that working on the set is not an entitlement, it's an opportunity. And I've told him if it affects any other responsibilities...
Well, it has...
Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
I told him if it affects any other of his responsibilities for you, I will shut him down in 2 seconds.
Shut him down.
Okay.
That's it. You got the order from me.
How could you not tell? It's
Hire a set designer. There's a million of them.
Confetti just came down in the E-room.
Right. Hire a set designer and tell him he's got to get to my apartment when I'm not there 2 to 3 times a week. and get to work.
Wait a minute. A week or two ago, you had a discussion with him where you were going to pick a day where he was supposed to do this, and you knew at that time that it was never going to
This past week, he couldn't make it in because I had him scheduled for Wednesday. I can't come Wednesday. I got so much work to do. Can I switch it to Thursday? He switched it to Thursday.
He was supposed to work around the Wednesday.
Right.
What's all of a sudden this work he has?
I just said, please come Wednesday. I don't care what you do the rest of the week.
All right, I'll take care of it.
All right, listen to me.
I'm listening.
I need the following. I need someone to be a costumer and a, what do you call it, a stylist for me.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Okay.
The rest of this stuff I don't care about. I don't care if he does this work on his computer. I need him to show up 2 to 3 times a week in my apartment. Go shopping, designing, and if he doesn't want to do that, he can get me someone who can do it.
Fine.
That's all.
It's done.
Is he also responsible for making sure they go out to the cleaners or the laundry?
Yes, I get nothing going on with this guy. I want to know what's going on. 9 o'clock. Wake up at 7 in the morning and go do your job. And you should be out shopping all day.
I got to go to the Playboy Mansion.
It certainly couldn't take that much.
It's just, Robin, am I wearing the same clothes every day on the show?
Yeah.
I am.
You are.
It's the same thing every day.
They're not the most flattering colors.
Right.
Like Sears back to school clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
Howard, you're like Charlie Brown.
Right.
Charlie Brown.
Oh, I've actually heard people talking about it. Like, it's like, you know, it's going around. Like, Howard's wearing the same clothes.
Same clothes every day.
I noticed that Ralph's look changes.
Oh, it changes all the time. Ralph's look is constantly changing.
Constantly updating his own look.
Yes. He walked in the other day. I go, wow, that's great stuff you're wearing. He goes, yeah, I'll have to make you some kind of hat sometime. The hat's been in the works for 2 years. The guy's useless to me.
He's constantly shopping, just not for you.
Right.
No, he's Van Gogh. He knocks out a painting every 2 years.
Right.
I'm telling you, he's always telling me about what he saw in the shops in this great leather place and da-da-da-da.
Right.
I don't see Howard wearing
No, he can't get it done.
So he's out there. It's just not for you.
So, guys, Scott, you sit down with him and say the following. All right?
Okay.
Number one, you were hired to be a stylist. That's the only reason you're here is to be a stylist.
That's to him.
I really don't need him otherwise.
I mean, the bottom line is, look, in his defense, I mean, he's working on things that are going to benefit our show, but if he's not handling his
No, I don't care about... Let me tell you about the set design. There's a million people who do that.
No, I know there is. I'm just saying, I made it clear to him that if he doesn't handle his primary responsibility...
It's not being handled properly.
That's all I need to know.
He should be up at 8 o'clock in the morning, over at my apartment by 9. I bet he comes into my apartment. He's sprawled out with the telephones and I just want him to come. I need someone to do the job.
He moves in.
That's fine.
Spreads himself out.
That's all I need to know.
That's all I want.
I'll take care of it.
And stop with all the. I don't care if you call him or not. Stop with.
I will call.
You want to stop with all the set designing and the computer programs. It doesn't do me any good.
See, the truth of the matter is, Howard,
there are people who can knock that stuff out in a day.
He could do your stuff and their stuff. It's all the other stuff he wants to do for Ralph that's slowing him down.
Right.
He could do both of those jobs.
And
but he's not doing
the fact
it.
that he's completely disorganized. You know, he has no work ethic whatsoever.
Right.
But talent-wise, he's capable.
Yes, I like him. He's a nice guy. He's got talent.
There's other things Ralph wants to do.
Right. I'm not interested in those things.
I remember probably about a year ago, he says, I finally got my apartment into the shape I needed to be in so that I can work.
Yeah. Work at what? What does he work at? And exactly what in here has he designed that is taking a year?
I'm sure he's spending more time picking out his clothes for himself to go out to the party than he is picking out your clothes.
Yes, he is. You know, I admit it. I don't know what else to do. And Scott, he's got to either get in there and show me he can do it or not.
The best thing is that he always is supposed to pack for Howard whenever Howard goes on a trip. And invariably, either he doesn't have the outfit he's supposed to wear on the Tonight Show.
Right.
Or he leaves underwear or something very crucial
I gotta
to the whole thing.
When we went down to New Orleans and you have your underwear, I'm telling you, every single person that was down there was partying, waiting for him to get pounded on the air.
Right.
And then you let him go after 5 minutes, and there was
no. Did he miss the whole broadcast?
Well, he came like an hour.
He missed the whole broadcast.
Yeah, that was the one where we couldn't even get him. Nobody could wait. But Howard got there and he had no underwear.
And mind you, these
underwear. I didn't have an outfit.
Wait, it's important to point out.
I'm talking to the National Association of Broadcasters.
Wait.
I don't have anything.
Our broadcast then was not at 6 in the morning. We were taping 11 to 3.
And he missed it.
But Howard, this also happened at the gym once. Remember we were playing basketball?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He didn't even bring his shorts?
No. There was a shoot. It was a shoot. It wasn't just playing basketball.
That's right.
What I'm interested in is I don't need him to be I'm relieving him of his set designer duties. I want you guys to go hire a set designer. All right. Hire a set designer.
There was a thank you there.
All right. Hire a set designer, one that can design in here, whatever, newlywed game, whatever.
Dude.
All right. It takes 5 seconds to build that stuff.
My tongue is bleeding from biting it.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Well, why don't you come and tell me these things?
We almost did on the air, Howard. There's a woman that we work with who's a very, very sweet woman who's a real professional in the business.
Right.
And she had this long list of things that Ralph has done to her.
Right.
Just very unprofessional things. And we were going to do people's court. And
I'm not looking for him to be the set designer.
And at the last minute, she's just such a nice woman, she decided not to do it.
I need him to design clothes for me. Period.
Howard, I'll make sure that he's back on track with that. The reality is that I have limited resources, okay, and I have to prioritize what I have. Now, I gave Ralph an opportunity. Like I said, if Ralph, he never had an entitlement to do this, it was an opportunity. If he's failed at it and you're suffering, then that's going to end, and it's going to end today.
Right. Thank you.
I know how to handle it.
I'm suffering.
I don't want you to suffer. You're very important to us.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Wow,
All right, there
I
you
can't
go.
believe Ralph is sleeping through this.
I feel like we hung him in absentia, you know?
There's so many stories, but like these guys aren't coming in to tell them. I'm sure. Come on, Rob.
I'll give you one. I'll give you a great one.
All right, go ahead.
This woman that we did some work with. One year it was the birthday show, and she's got a schedule. You know, she works with a lot of different people. Ralph was supposed to meet her at the birthday show at noon the day before to go over some set designs. She was there till 2:30. He never showed up. She left. He walks in, and he's, like, cursing her out. How dare she leave? But never explaining why he was 2.5 hours late.
Right.
Those are the kinds of things that make people nuts.
Right.
Come on, Scott.
Here they come.
Damn it,
Scott the pace. Yeah.
Ralph is going to kill me.
Right.
I'll probably never speak to him again. But so we're getting ready to redo the set back here.
Yeah.
I said, Ralph, we need to relight it. So I'm choosing Monday because we're going to be off that day.
Right.
So Monday morning I want to come in at 6 a.m. to light it. That doesn't work for me. I said, why? He's like, he couldn't give me an answer. The bottom line, he can't wake up.
Right.
He doesn't want to get up at that time.
So what does that tell you? Why doesn't someone tell me these things?
I've got 5 other people all willing
Just
to
get somebody who's ready to do it.
I think it comes out to everyone's afraid that
No, I need a guy to dress me.
But he implies to everyone that he's your guy.
He does.
Well, I don't know who's giving that information out. I'm not. I need someone to dress me. I'm wearing the same thing every day.
Guys, it's true that nobody wants to diss him because he's like in Howard's
definitely a vibe there. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of that. I mean, I think he gets a little more leeway.
Well, it's not coming from me. You guys are falling into this. I need things done quickly.
Daily, probably.
Well, then end the problem. End it. End the problem. If there's a problem, end it. I need someone to... He hasn't shown up in weeks in my apartment.
I cannot believe that one of his friends has not gotten him out of bed to call the show.
No.
He doesn't have friends.
Maybe they can't get him out. Maybe they can't get him up.
He's sleeping. Yeah. He's probably not partying last night. How much you want to bet?
Right. He's got to get a job. I mean, this is crazy.
His one strong point, though, is he cares a lot about the show.
I care about it, too.
Yeah.
How can you tell he cares if he's always a problem?
He cares too much. It's like he can't make a decision because
Well, he does have problems making decisions. I think that's part of like a mental thing with him.
Right.
He can't decide anything.
He's a man or a woman. He can't decide.
Oof.
We had a guy who was who does a lot of our construction, a lot of our set construction.
Right.
And he was here the other day. So we're going over what we're going to do in the back here, and he's deciding how he's going to do it. And the guy pretty much wants blueprints. I'll go make it, and that'll be that. I'll give you a price. So Ralph starts coming up with ideas, like brainstorming right here, saying, underneath this camera, we'll put a little podium thing and put a little light on top. And the guy's like, okay, what type of light? Well, one with a little cage. The guy's like, all right, well, what light? Give me the light, and I'll make it for you.
Right.
The guy wants a blueprint. He doesn't want a discussion.
Right.
Ralph is like, no, go draw it yourself.
Because of good, Nick.
We all just sit back like, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got to get these sets done quickly, and I got to get somebody to pull my clothes together. I need him. He's too stressed out. He's got too many jobs.
Yeah.
Too many jobs. He can't hustle. I need Charlie Hustle in here.
Oh, he'll hustle if you tell him you're going to L.A.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If all you got to do is say that you'll take away his party privileges, and then he'll be here at 6 o'clock every morning.
Right. No, he's a big boy. He's got to figure it out for himself.
See, that was a funny thing about Ralph, too. When Ralph was sort of the set designer, when we first started doing the E-show, he was supposed to come in every morning and do makeup on all of us, and we did that for a while. And then it got to be Ralph only showed up when there was someone who interested him.
Right.
Yeah. Heather Locklear, Ralph there.
Right.
You know, John Stamos, Ralph there.
Right.
Chuck Norris, Ralph not there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Those kind of things.
Right.
William Shatner, Ralph there.
Right.
People who interested him.
Yeah.
Clockwork.
You knew when you were going to see
all right, so then
guest list.
Right. That's it. It's over. This is crazy. Hold up doing work that I don't even know why. Computers, painting programs.
You know, a month from now we're going to have the same discussion.
No.
Absolutely.
It'll be exactly the same.
No. Hear me clear.
Because he'll call in and he'll go, dude.
Mark this date.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to take a break. When we come back, you're going to meet Pete from the Touch-Tone Terrorists. They got a great CD out. They got some great phony phone calls that I love. I want to compliment him on them, and maybe we'll listen to some of them. And also, there's so much to talk. All we're doing is talking about Ralph. We must move on. We'll be back right after these words.
This is the Howard Stern Show. Howard.